From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here in Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And Hill running right through it. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go. 22. Ready. Blue 80.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Ready. 25. Hey, Ripley. 20.
Ryan. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. He's going to looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And going deep for him. This is caught inside the 15. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill 54 yards. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Butker now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. Drops it off for Coleman. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Mahomes. He's going to air one out. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. They'll run it. Freeman. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 23 yards on the play. A first trip to the red zone for KC. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. On the toss, here's Williams. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no wind. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. First throw off the bench for the veteran Shaw. And the Chiefs are going to get him. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. So 4th down coming up. What do you expect?
They've gone for it time after time. They haven't punted yet. I don't know what's right anymore.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. Hill shedding the tackle. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to run there.
And this is caught at the 8. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And he's able to put it through. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
On first down, Ryan. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. Here's Ryan to throw. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And out come the Chiefs now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. And he powers his way up past the 30. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On target over the middle to Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
Ace! Ace! Slow, slow, slow! Ready!
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And this will be incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Slow, slow, slow. Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. He was looking for Watkins that time. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Looking downfield for Jones. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Left, 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 left. Here we go now.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Now here's Mahomes. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards on the play. They'll run it now out of the gun. Finding room inside the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now Ryan. Flush to his right. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And they'll be down down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Mahomes going to throw it here. And fights him off. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And they'll get him down up past the 15. And a quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a 1st down. Mahomes going to throw. Flushed out right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Damian Williams, the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And now it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Mahomes to throw once more. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Green 90. Green 90. So.
Now it's Mahomes again. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Kelsey, the intended receiver there.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. His throw caught right around the 6. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And his throw is incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. 2nd and goal, and the lone man in the backfield is Freeman. They'll look to run with Freeman. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. One last shot for Ryan. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our